We don't know yet just how big a deal the coronavirus is going to be for the United States.
In December 2019, China reported an outbreak of acute respiratory illness caused by a novel coronavirus. The virus has become a global issue with cases in over 28 countries. We spoke with Dr. William Petri, a professor of internal medicine and pathology and associate director of microbiology, to discuss what we know so far. Historically, how significant is the coronavirus compared to other diseases?
Compared to some of the more notorious infections like the plague, this is like a substantially less impact, fortunately. Coronavirus is very common as a cause of the common cold, and so probably all of us have had coronavirus infections in the past. This particular coronavirus is the third example we know of this virus skipping from an animal into a person, and that's called a zoonosis. And this is less severe than the other two times this has happened. One is called MERS for the Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, and the other was SARS, or for the severe acute respiratory syndrome. And both of those had a higher case fatality ratio than does this corona. And you look at Ebola, Ebola has about a 60% mortality rate, but it's not spread via droplets, and so it's much less prone to epidemic spread. And so I think the corona has sort of a special place sort of in infectious diseases.
When something like the coronavirus is identified, what actions does that trigger in the department?
We're, number one, always looking for opportunities to make advancements through science. And so one of the things that's going on is actually to work on a vaccine against the novel coronavirus. So the UVA has the capabilities that if we saw someone that we thought had the novel coronavirus, that there would be the ability to put them in quarantine and to be able to offer proper care without running the risk of spreading the infection in the hospital.
Should people be worried on grounds?
There's probably not any reason to be worried right now because there's not established human-to-human transmission in Virginia. And the suspected cases are all linked back to travel history with China.
How long do you think it will take for the coronavirus to run its course and no longer be a major health concern?
I think that the major thing that's going to determine how this epidemic plays out is how well the isolation and the quarantine works, especially in China where the vast majority of the cases are. And so if they're able to quarantine effectively cases of the novel coronavirus and then be able to identify everyone who was in contact with that case in the last 14 days and isolate them until it's clear that they don't have infection, then I think that the epidemic will stop. And we have a hint that may be happening now because the number of new cases being reported in China is beginning to diminish.